Hey guys, what's up? It's Allison. Today's video is going to be about why I stopped deciding to pay down my mortgage early. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds crazy. Why would you not save yourself the interest? What are you thinking? What? And let me just tell you, I was in the same boat. Up until like a week ago, I was like, I gotta add extra payments. I don't care how much it is. I don't care if I'm only adding like $20 extra a month. Like, it's worth it. That's gonna cut down the amount of interest to pay, the time I have my mortgage, all that kind of stuff. You know, in my mind, like, it made complete sense. Like, why wouldn't I do this? An extra like $20, $50 a month, like, that's not really hurting me. Like, I'm probably not gonna notice it. It's like a few meals, like going out for a few meals, like that's basically what it equates to. I'm probably not gonna miss that. I cook a lot anyways, whatever. So if you're anything like me and you like looking at numbers, analyzing numbers, anything like that, it is kind of addicting to go on a mortgage calculator. There's one even built into the website where I pay my mortgage. And it's like, what's the effect of adding like this much extra to the payment of my mortgage? You know, additional like principal payment. So it's like you can add it and it tells you, oh, your new maturity date is this date. So it's like, oh, your maturity date has moved up 3 years, 5 years, 10, you know, however much you decide to add on is up to you. And then you can also look at the amortization schedule and see like, oh wow, if I added $40 extra a month, I would save myself $30,000 in interest. Like, that's crazy. You know, and it just, everything about it seems worth it. And then I watched a video by Graham Stephan. If you have not checked out his channel, I'm sure you have. If you are interested in personal finance at all, that is the channel I started watching, the first personal finance related channel I ever started watching, and I got addicted to it. And just, I scrolled through all his videos at one day and I found this video, and honestly, it blew my mind. Like, he does way more calculations than I even care to go into. If you're really heavy into personal finance, definitely go watch that video. He goes way more into detail, goes into taxes, all this crazy stuff. I'm not even looking at it that way. I'm just looking at the bare minimum about what he talks about in that video. So basically, the way you have to think about it is, if this is the amount I'm gonna pay towards my mortgage, the extra amount I'm gonna pay, how much better would I do if I just instead invested that money every month? You know, average market returns, you'd probably get at least 7% return, you know, maybe 6% conservatively. And I know mortgage rates, especially right now, are not that high. You know, it's like maybe like 2/3 of that. So when you think about that, your return on investment, if you're gonna invest that amount every single month, is worth a lot more in the future than if you just put that towards your mortgage now. Just as an example, I calculated it out for myself. So the way I did this, I did use that amortization calculator that's on my mortgage calculator, but there's tons online. Like, you can easily find it. It's not that hard. But it's just easier for me to use the one that's on that website. So currently I'm paying an extra $40 toward my mortgage a month. You know, I know it doesn't seem like a lot. It's currently all I really felt comfortable paying. I didn't want to, like, I don't know, put so much towards that and then my house drop in value. That's obviously a fear, but so anyways, so that extra $40 a month would end up saving me over the life of my mortgage $23,000. I think it would save me like 3 years off my mortgage, which is like, yeah, okay, like, it's not bad. It's not anything crazy, but the $23,000, like, that is a lot of money. Now instead, when I looked at if I just invested that $40 every month, this is wild. I honestly couldn't even believe it. If I invested that $40 a month over the lifetime of my mortgage going forward, which is I've owned my house for a year, so the next 29 years, if I invested $40 a month, the next 29 years, that would get me $41,000. 41,000. That's almost double what I would save in interest. Like, that's wild. And my interest rate is higher than 4%. So that is completely worth it to me. The fact that just saving that $40 would get me that much more is just, I can't justify adding additional payments to my mortgage every month. Unless maybe I got like some huge bonus at work, you know, maybe I would go and put a decent amount towards that, you know, but I just can't ignore that $41,000. And how I got that figure actually, so I have an investment account with Ally Bank, and there's a calculator on there based on, you know, you can put in however many years, you can put in, if you want to put in a lump sum like payment, or if you want to put in a monthly contribution. So I just based it off what I have now. So I do want to up it, but I have a portfolio that's 40% bonds, 60% stocks, and I did just adding $40 a month for 29 years, and that's how I got that number, versus I also did 29 years adding absolutely nothing, which is I'm not gonna do. I already add $100 to that account every month. But yeah, that amount alone is just incredibly worth it to me, especially if you have a lower interest rate than I do. You're gonna be like benefiting yourself even more to invest that. Of course, if your interest rate is higher, if you were unfortunate and you got a 6% interest rate, you know, you're probably gonna wanna pay that down, and that's fine. That's completely reasonable. There's no guarantee with however much time you have left in your mortgage that the market would go up for those next few years, and that's totally fine. And also, like Ram said in his video, some people just want that confidence and that peace of mind that their house is paid off, and I completely understand that. You know, I'm 1 year into my mortgage. I'm nowhere near paying off my mortgage. I'm not really worried about that. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna keep this house for 29 years, so whatever. I thought I was doing myself a service, and turns out I'm not. So I just wanted to raise awareness and let everyone know that paying extra towards your mortgage is not always the best option. So think about it, do your own calculations. I'm not an expert, I'm just going off of things that I've learned, and I hope that you can learn too. Bye guys.